Life doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your excuses or your fears. You either show up or you don't. And when you don't, someone else will. A person who's hungry, willing to do the work, even when it's tough. Someone who will become what you could have been had you chosen to step up. It's time to get real. Be that guy, the one who doesn't quit, the one who keeps pushing through pain, the one who keeps going when others look for reasons to stop. Be that guy who wakes up each day ready to grind, to hustle, and to make things happen. The one who doesn't settle for mediocrity because deep down, you know you're destined for greatness. The world is waiting for you to stop talking and start doing. Every day you make a choice. Be average or be extraordinary. Average is easy. It's comfortable. It's the path most people take, and it leads nowhere. Extraordinary is where the magic happens. Extraordinary is where you define your own success, your own future. But you can't be extraordinary if you're not willing to work hard and get uncomfortable. Be that guy who chooses the hard path, the path to greatness. There will be days when everything feels like it's falling apart, days when you feel like giving up. But be that guy who rises anyway, who uses tough times as fuel, not as a reason to quit. It's in the struggle that you find your true power. It's in the moments when you feel like quitting that you discover just how strong you really are. If you want to change your life, create something lasting, you'll have to work harder than you ever have before. There's no way around it. You must dig deep, especially when you feel like you have nothing left. Your body will give out long before your mind does. So when you think you've reached your limit, know you can push past it. Be that guy who keeps going when the world says stop. When facing obstacles, remember, they're not there to break you. They're there to build you. To be great, you must face your challenges head on. Be the one who stands tall when the world weighs you down. Be that guy who doesn't crumble when things get tough, but rises to the occasion. Step into the fight, because it's the fight that will shape you into who you're meant to be. Think you're too young, too old, too inexperienced, or not talented enough? Forget it. Those are just excuses. If you want it, you can have it. Be that guy who says, "Why not me?" and proves it. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the work you're willing to put in. That work will pay off. The world doesn't owe you anything. It's not waiting for you to catch up. You have to earn it. That means no excuses, no waiting for the right moment. Take action now, and when you fall down, get back up. Be that guy who refuses to be defeated. People will doubt you. They'll tell you it's impossible. Be that guy who believes in the impossible. Those who make history don't listen to the doubters. They fight for what they want, even when everyone else says it can't be done. They take risks, make sacrifices, and push through barriers. That's how legends are made. You've seen it. The ones who rise above are the ones willing to do what others won't. They show up early, stay late, and never make excuses. They turn setbacks into lessons, failures into fuel. Be that guy who refuses to be average. Average doesn't win championships, change the world, or leave a legacy. But greatness can, and greatness starts with one decision: to be that guy. There will come a point when you realize it's not about how hard you've fallen, but how many times you've gotten back up. Life will always throw obstacles in your way, but how you respond to them determines who you become. Be that guy who rises after every fall, who isn't afraid to fail, because failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. You learn, you grow, and you come back stronger. Stop waiting for someone to tell you it's your time. Don't wait for permission. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about results. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Be that guy who shows up every day no matter the obstacles, who works when no one's watching, who keeps pushing when others have given up. Be that guy who's so relentless that nothing can stop him. If you want to make a difference in your life, achieve your dreams, You must be willing to work harder than ever before. You must be ready to do what others won't. And when you get tired, push even harder. You're not doing this for you alone. You're doing it for those who depend on you, who look up to you. Be that guy who shows them what's possible. Be the example they need to see. You're capable of greatness. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. The only limit to your success is the one you place on yourself. Stop holding back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Be that guy who seizes the moment, who steps up and does the world. Show the world what happens when you stop making excuses and start making progress. You're not a mistake. You are the result of your choices. Choose to be better. Choose to be relentless. Be that guy who does whatever it takes to reach the top. No excuses, no regrets, just results. Ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to fade into the background, living a life of mediocrity? Or do you want to rise above, lead the charge, and inspire others to follow? The choice is yours. Be that guy. The world needs you to be that guy. The truth is, you're only limited by what you believe about yourself. Every day offers a chance to rewrite your story, to take another step toward the person you're meant to become. But it won't happen by accident. You don't wake up one day and magically become the person you dream of being. You have to put in the work, day in, day out, relentlessly. Doesn't matter how many times you've failed or how many people doubt you. What matters is that you keep going. Be that guy who refuses to accept defeat. Don't quit because of setbacks. Embrace them. Every failure is just a lesson in disguise, a lesson that gets you closer to your goal. Be that guy who turns pain into progress, using every negative as fuel to keep moving forward. When everyone else is taking shortcuts, be that guy who does it the hard way, the right way. It might not be glamorous or easy, but that's what separates the winners from the losers. Winners are willing to put in the work even when no one is watching. Be that guy who doesn't seek validation or applause. The real rewards come from the grind, the hustle, the late nights. Not the spotlight, but in those quiet moments when you're doing what others won't. That's where your success is built. You might look around and see others getting ahead, and it might seem like luck is on their side. But be that guy who knows luck doesn't exist. It's about consistency, making sacrifices, and sticking to your plan when everyone else is distracted. While they're partying, you're working. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. Be that guy who doesn't stop at the first sign of difficulty. Real success isn't about how you start. It's about how you finish. Here's the secret. Success is simple. Just don't quit. People think it's about being the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. It's not. Success is about being the one who outlasts everyone else, who keeps showing up, who keeps pushing, who never gives up. Be that guy who keeps going, even when the world seems against him. Make up your mind to succeed no matter what, and turn that into your reality. Your circumstances don't define you. Your mindset does. Your commitment does. Your ability to keep going when everyone else falls off is what sets you apart. Be that guy who doesn't make excuses, doesn't blame others, and takes responsibility for his actions. Be that guy who makes things happen, no matter how tough the road gets. This isn't about perfection. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about being the one who keeps learning, keeps improving, and keeps fighting for what's his. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Every successful person you admire has gone through the grind, has faced struggles, and has thought about quitting. But they didn't. Be that guy who gets up when everyone else is too tired to move, who fights when everyone else is ready to give up, who pushes forward when the world says it's not worth it. You don't listen to the world, you listen to your heart, and your heart tells you that you're destined for greatness. But greatness doesn't come easy. It comes from hard work, persistence, and being relentless. When the days get long, when the road feels impossible, be that guy who rises to the challenge, who steps up when it's time to be great. No one else will do it for you. You have to take control of your life and grab hold of your destiny. Be that guy who decides, enough is enough. The time to change is now. Life isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to be earned. And the only way to earn it is by showing up, day after day. Be that guy who shows up when others take shortcuts, who puts in the work when others take breaks, who sacrifices now for the future he wants. Be that guy who's willing to endure, to go as far as it takes to be the best. If you're not ready to give everything, then you're not serious about greatness. And greatness is what you were made for. You might look at others who've made it and wonder how they did it. The answer is simple. They didn't quit. They stayed in the game when others dropped out. They kept showing up, even when the odds were stacked against them. Be that guy who shows up day in and day out, because success doesn't happen by accident. It happens through effort, and you're willing to put in that effort. Be that guy who knows what it takes, who sacrifices, who fights when others are done, who keeps pushing even when the finish line seems far away. And when you do, you'll realize something amazing. The finish line wasn't as far as you thought. The moment you commit, everything changes. Success starts to feel within reach. It feels like something you can grab. This is your life. You only get one shot. Be that guy who makes the most of it. Take every opportunity, every challenge, every failure, and turn it into something great. The world is waiting for someone like you to step up and be that guy. So are you ready? Are you ready to stop making excuses, to stop holding back, and to step into the greatness that's waiting for you? The choice is yours. Be that guy. The truth is, nothing worth having comes easy. Success is a battle, and it's one you must fight every single day. You can't afford to take days off when you're aiming to be the best. You can't slow down when others are just getting started. Be that guy who rises above mediocrity, who refuses to let excuses control his life. The world will tell you it's okay to be average, to settle, to take the easy way out. But here's the truth. Average gets you nowhere. It's the place where dreams go to die, where people wait for change without ever making it happen. Be that guy who doesn't wait for opportunity to knock. He creates it. Imagine a world full of people who did the bare minimum, who didn't challenge themselves or fight for more. It would be a world stuck in the past, without progress. You don't want to be part of that world. Be that guy who breaks the cycle, the one who leads by example, who pushes through obstacles when no one else will. The world will try to knock you down, make you doubt yourself, and make you question your worth. Those moments of doubt aren't a reflection of who you are. They're tests. The world is testing your resolve, seeing if you're ready for greatness. If you give in to those doubts, you're giving up on everything you're capable of. Be that guy who stands strong when the world pushes back. Keep your head high and your eyes on the prize. You've heard the saying, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. It's true. The harder you fight, the greater the reward. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every sacrifice brings you closer to something greater. Be that guy who embraces the grind, who loves the hard work, who pushes through discomfort, knowing that it's temporary and success is forever. Winning isn't about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about improving every day, constantly pushing yourself past your limits. Every day is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Be that guy who sees every day as a chance to grow, who refuses to settle, who never stops learning. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. So, keep moving forward. You have all the tools you need. Strength, intelligence, grit, and willpower. The only question is, what are you going to do with them? Will you let them go to waste, or will you make every second count? Be that guy who steps up to the challenge and makes the most of every opportunity. Don't let fear hold you back. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. The question is, are you ready to give? I get it. Sometimes it feels like the universe is against you. You'll feel like you're walking uphill, like no matter how hard you push, you're not getting anywhere. But that's exactly when you must keep going. Be that guy who understands that struggle is part of the process. Embrace it. This is the moment that will define you. This is where you decide to keep going, no matter what. When everyone else takes the easy route, be that guy who rises above. When others settle, you rise. When they stay comfortable, you challenge yourself. Be that guy who steps out of his comfort zone and into greatness. Comfort keeps you stuck. Be that guy who chooses discomfort, who chooses the road less traveled. That's the road to success. The comfort zone never will be. You're capable of far more than you realize. Be that guy who knows that and acts on it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your potential. The only thing standing between you and greatness is the belief that you can't do it. Once you change that belief and realize you control your destiny, you'll see just how much you can achieve. Be that guy who believes in himself and starts taking action. You want to make an impact? Leave a legacy? It starts with one decision. Be that guy who does the hard work, who doesn't cut corners, and who keeps going when the going gets tough. Be that guy who faces life's challenges and says, I will not quit. I will not give up. That's how legends are born. The road to success is not easy. It's paved with sweat, sacrifice, and tears. But those willing to walk it are the ones who see their dreams realized. Be that guy who's ready to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and fight for what he wants. On the other side of that struggle is a life that's not defined by limitations, but by what you chose to overcome. So here's the question. It's not whether you can do it, it's will you. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you push through the pain? Will you show up every single day, no matter what? Be that guy. And when you're standing at the top, looking down at everything you've achieved, you'll know the fight was worth it. All the sacrifices, all the struggles led you to this moment. The truth is, no one hands you success on a silver platter. Be that guy who understands that success is earned, not given. It's built through hard work, commitment, and sacrifice, day in, day out. It's not about waiting for your moment. It's about creating it. You create that moment by showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, when everyone else is making excuses. Think about the people you admire, the legends who changed the world. What made them great? It wasn't talent or circumstances. It was their refusal to quit, their obsession with the process, and their willingness to put in the work when no one was watching. They didn't wait for opportunities. They made them. They didn't wait to be ready. They started and figured it out along the way. Be that guy who takes control of his future and stopped waiting for the perfect time. You must develop a mindset that doesn't back down, a mindset that thrives on pressure. Be that guy who gets stronger under pressure, who uses adversity to sharpen himself. Every challenge is an opportunity to become better. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Remember, every challenge is not just a fight to win, but a fight to transform. The grind builds character. The struggles shape your legacy. When you push through tough moments, despite the pain, you unlock your true potential. Be that guy who steps into the fire, knowing it will forge you into someone capable of reaching the next level. Don't let distractions pull you off course. Life is full of noise, but be that guy who stays focused on the big picture. Keep your eyes on your goals and don't let anything get in the way. Distractions will always be there, but they're not your responsibility. Be that guy who stays disciplined, hungry, and true to his purpose, even when the world says quit. Every time you choose to show up, you shape your future. Every decision, every action, Every thought builds the person you'll become. If you want to be great, to be a legend, then be that guy who does the small things that lead to big results. It's the consistent actions, extra hours, extra miles, that add up. When no one's watching, that's when you show what you're made of. Be that guy who refuses to let his circumstances define him. You are not a product of your past or environment. You're a product of your choices. Every day is a new opportunity to rewrite your story. If you're not where you want to be, it's time to change that. Be that guy who takes control of his future. No one will believe in you until you believe in yourself first. Be that guy who not only believes in himself, but proves it to the world. Confidence isn't bragging. It's the unwavering belief that you can succeed no matter the odds. Walk past the doubters, unfazed. The more others will believe in you. Be that guy who doesn't just set goals but relentlessly works toward them. Make sacrifices, invest your time, energy, and effort into making your dreams a reality. Set goals not just to feel good, but because you're willing to pay the price. Success isn't free. It costs everything. Be that guy who's willing to pay the price no matter how high. It won't be easy. You'll face obstacles that seem insurmountable. There will be times when you feel like quitting. But be that guy who refuses to quit, who pushes through pain, doubt, and fear. Be that guy who keeps going no matter how tough it gets. The most powerful person is the one who refuses to accept defeat. The most dangerous person is the one determined to succeed. And that person is you. You're capable of more than you give yourself credit for. Be that guy who stops doubting yourself and embraces failure as part of the process. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson on the road to success. Every setback is a setup for something greater. Be that guy who takes risks, who fails forward, and who keeps pushing. Here's the bottom line. Be that guy who never stops, who refuses to accept mediocrity, who refuses to let fear dictate his future, who keeps pushing no matter the odds, who sacrifices, works, learns, grows, who steps up when everyone else steps back, who gives everything he's got because he knows it's the only way to win. The truth is, success doesn't come overnight, and that's okay. There are no shortcuts on the journey. The road to success is long, filled with challenges and moments when you'll feel like giving up. But be that guy who stays the course, understanding that the journey is just as important as the destination. Don't rush it or cut corners. The work is where you build character, resolve, and strength. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. They never quit. Success isn't about being the smartest, most talented, or luckiest. It's about sticking with it when everyone else walks away. Be that guy who sees obstacles as opportunities and challenges as stepping stones. The moment you decide you won't quit is the moment success becomes inevitable. Life will throw doubts, fears, setbacks, and the unexpected your way. But be that guy who knows setbacks don't define you. They refine you. They make you stronger. The pressure you face, the hardships you endure, are shaping you into the person you need to become to succeed. So when life knocks you down, get up. Be that guy who rises stronger, taking every punch and moving forward. Time is your most valuable resource. Be that guy who maximizes every minute. Don't waste time complaining, blaming, or wishing things were different. Use every moment to build toward your goals. While others waste time, you're investing in yourself. When they're distracted, you're focused. When they give up, you double down. You have the potential to do more than you can imagine, but that potential will remain untapped unless you put in the work. It's not enough to say, I want this. Be that guy who works when others rest, pushes when they stop, and goes all in on his dreams. Ambition without action means nothing. The relentless pursuit of your goals is what turns dreams into reality. The hardest part isn't the work itself, It's deciding to commit, no matter what. It's about staying the course even when it's uncomfortable, when you're tired, and when you're ready to quit. Be that guy who makes the decision that nothing will stand in his way, who doesn't let fear, feelings, or circumstances hold him back. When the world tells you your dreams are too big, too unrealistic, or too difficult, be that guy who says, "Watch me." The world doesn't define what you can or can't do. You do. Don't let doubts hold you back. Your potential is limitless. Change your belief, and you change everything. And when you achieve success, don't stop. Success isn't a destination, it's a mindset. Be that guy who keeps going, keeps evolving, and keeps pushing himself to be better, even after reaching what others would call greatness. The true measure of success isn't how far you've come, it's how far you're willing to go. Fear of failure holds most people back. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the end. It's part of the process, the path to greatness. Be that guy who embraces failure, who learns from it, and uses it to grow stronger. The more you fail, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the closer you get to your goals. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome. Because every failure teaches you what success never will. Don't look for the easy way. Be that guy who works for his success, who grinds every day, who sacrifices. Be the guy who gets up early and stays late. Don't wait for opportunity to find you. Be that guy who goes out and creates it. And when you look back at your life, knowing how far you've come, you'll see that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every hour spent pushing yourself was worth it. Success isn't about how easy it is, or how much you enjoy the process. It's about knowing you gave everything. Be that guy who leaves no stone unturned, who sees every day as a chance to grow and get closer to his goals, who doesn't stop, doesn't rest, doesn't quit until he's done everything he can to reach his potential. Be that guy who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. You have everything you need to succeed. Be that guy who takes action and doesn't wait for someone to hand him success. You've got the tools, the drive, and the willpower to make your dreams a reality. Now go out and make it happen. Be that guy.